Hi, Demetria. I'm trying to, Can you see me? Can you hear me? You're muted. You're going to be my test patient. Uh-oh. Can you unmute, Demetria?
Yes.
There you go. Okay, so do you see this screen that I've got here? It says Together,
Yes.
Transforming Recycling. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I do.
Oh my God. What's that?
I see. I see it.
Okay, thank you. This is, okay, very good. While we're here, I'm going to see if I can. There it goes. So let's, do you hear that okay?
I'm not hearing anything. Looks like it's on pause.
Now it's paused. Okay. Oh. So now I'm going to unpause. No?
No sound, but let me, I'm sure my sound is up since I was on it last night.
Let me see, I might be missing something. Cast to device.
Yeah, my sound is on.
Okay, so let's try it again. Nothing?
No.
Still nothing?
Still nothing.
Okay. All right, let me see if I can. So hi, okay, stop screen sharing. So yeah, thanks you guys why I figured this out. So it says when ready to share, click share screen. And then top tab, advanced. And then switch from basic to advanced. And then video, looks like click selected video. Okay. Oh my God, nothing's ever easy.
You know, there's one small little step somewhere.
Oh. Oh man, this PC. Yeah, shoot, you guys. Hi, Kath. I know you're on there. Wow.
Hi, Mom. What you trying to do?
I'm trying to. This is a video from the recycling partnership. So.
Oh, you're trying to share it?
Yes, and it's crap. See, it's right here. Oops. It was right there. Patrick, yeah. Hi, Patrick. Okay, let me get back to what I was doing. So see, it's right here, but it won't let me save this guy. Save image, open as. So if I go down here, man.
Yeah.
This is going to be a real kicker if I can't do this. Shoot. Wow.
Hi, Kathy. Hi, Patrick.
Hello.
Hi, Patrick. Hi.
Good afternoon.
I'm trying to get this video up and running, but it's looking like I may not be technologically advanced enough to do this myself. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to admit, Rana. Sorry, guys, I'm talking to myself at the same time. So here's my video. Shoot.
Yeah, we're not seeing it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Play in menu view. Edit to photos, full screen. Show more options and menus, cast a device. No, this is a real bummer, you guys. Huh. Shoot. Okay. All right. Hi. I just don't have the, I'm having technical difficulties. I can't.
Are you able to share your screen? Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, I can share it, but there's no volume from the video. So it's an advanced setting in Zoom that,
Can you share your screen like from your desktop? Is that what you're doing, or is it embedded in something?
it's embedded in something. So
maybe, can you access it through your computer?
I can, Rana, but it won't, like Demetria was my test patient. I have no volume. So give me a second. See if hi, Kelly. I'm trying to get this, this video right here to run. You guys seeing my screen right now?
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay, hold on for a sec. Share screen. So, not this guy. Oh, it wants to show that screen. That's what it wants to show. See, it's a video, but shoot. So back to basic. So this video right there. So this video, do you see my screen now?
Starting to, yeah.
Yes.
So see over here where my little finger, not my middle finger, which I really feel about right now. This over here, this onboarding, I can pull it up and it will download, but it won't let me, you can't hear the volume on it. So and I can't save it to my desktop to do it. So maybe those of you who are a little more technologically advanced than I am can help me with this one. Sorry, Linda. So let's see. So it's downloading, and I've had to do this every time, and I haven't been able to save it. So maybe you all can help me with this. So this is. So once it comes up, I'll open it up, and I'll.
Garn, do
I'll
they
start
have it on? Do you know if they have that same video on YouTube?
I don't know, Ron. I don't know the answer to that question. This is just for those of us who were at that that workshop. So see my screen. So it's coming up, and this is the onboarding video. Are you all seeing that?
Yep.
Okay. Did you hear any of that?
Nope.
Yeah. See, I'm not.
So you can hear it?
Oh yeah, like I'll click, I'm hearing it right now. So it's, oh man.
Oh, maybe you need to take your headphones out. Are you plugged into your?
Yeah, oh, ha. How's that?
There we go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did that work?
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
Something's coming through.
Okay,
Rana,
was that a
you are
yes? Can
brilliant.
you guys hear me?
Once again.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so let me find that guy. Oh, where did it go? Oh, there it is. There it is. So let me just real quick. So if I click, you can hear this. You're hearing that?
Kind of.
It's low. But
Okay. Okay. All right, so you were able to hear that?
Now we
No.
cannot. No.
Well, I turned it off.
Oh, okay. Before, yes. So maybe if you turn your volume up, we could hear it.
Ah, okay. Sorry,
I don't
guys.
know why it would have to do with your volume, but
Who knows? Who knows? Okay, well, let's see. Who do I have here? Thanks, everybody. I'm admitting people as we go. I'm hoping I caught everybody. Let's see. I've got Patrick and Rana and Demetria. I see Kelly, I see Kathy, I see Linda, I see Jim Yost. Anybody else I'm missing? Uh-oh. Everybody hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna try to make this work as best as possible. And I apologize, you guys. Some of this might be, well, it's obviously me. So so we'll make it work. So a couple things. I'm not going to try to waste too many people's time. I think Daniel has a school conflict. Barry, I don't know what had going on, and I might have heard from somebody else. So basically, you've gotten the agenda, and I'm just going to kind of move us ahead. I don't see anybody on here that's from the public other than Jim Yost. Hi, Jim Yost. How are you? Nothing.
Can't hear you.
He can't hear me. Okay.
Hey, sorry, I'm on a
Oh,
call.
yeah.
I'll catch up with you in just a minute.
All right, very good. We just didn't want to neglect you because we miss you and we love you and we love
Thank
hearing
you.
from you. Okay. All right. We'll bump up ahead then. So really quickly, approval of the minutes. The minutes that you had in your hot little hands well in advance was November the 10th. And I just sent to you all, finally, thank you, Demetria and Rana, the PDF copy of the October 13 minutes that I think I had in my hot little hands and lost and have now been found. So if you all have had a chance to glance through those, I think the only correction that was brought to my attention on November the 10th was that the wrong date was at the top. So we'll get that date changed before Jamie gets those posted. Any
We
other?
need a new secretary.
Yeah, well, we can't be hard on our volunteers. That would, it's like, it would be like shooting ourselves in the foot. Any other corrections or additions to November 10th minutes? All right,
No.
go ahead. Anybody? Nope. Okay. Any additions or corrections to October 13th minutes?
Nope.
All right. Very good. Then if there's no disapproval, I will mark those as approved unanimously. Everybody
Yes.
okay with that?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Very good. So in the interest of time, the Recycling Partnership Grant, a couple of updates for you. We received the grant contract from Cassandra Ford with the Recycling Partnership. I received that, might have been Thursday or Friday of last week. I shared it with Rana and Daniel, but I specifically shared it with the City of Saugatuck, Ryan, and had him help me read through it to make sure there was no glaring issues or concerns or differences from what we had agreed upon with them. There was not. So I signed that and returned that to them, and they quickly signed on their end on Monday. So we are good to go for the Recycling Partnership, which will basically commence and go through the entire year of 2022. So part of really what I wanted to spend the most time today, Daniel and I had sat through this onboarding with them a couple weeks ago, but quite honestly, you all, more eyes and ears will be really helpful to us at this time. So for about the next hour, I'd like to take us through as much of this onboarding as we can get through, and then I'll stop it and bring it back to all of us for questions and further direction. But I really wanted everybody to be kind of up to speed on what's going on. From my end, it's a very manageable project. There's some things that I'll need to do on my end with Jack Brown, who I did invite today from Republic, but he's not on the call. So I will follow up with Jack Brown because Republic and the MRF will actually play a role in this as well with us. But none of this would have been able to happen without their support and approval in the first place. So I have no doubts that Jack will be all in and fine with it. So with that, I'm going to go on ahead and start our video and take us through about an hour of it, and then I'll stop it and try to move ahead if there's times where it looks like I need to move ahead. But in about an hour, I'll stop it. And if you'll take notes and jot down your questions, and then we'll go from there. Okay, Ruby?
Great.
All right, very good. All right.
I don't hear anything.
Me neither.
Or see anything.
Garner, are you hearing it?
Yeah, I am.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I am. You guys don't hear it?
Nope.
Crapiola pudding. So
Garner, does this count as our onboarding for this
Yeah.
event? This would count, or do we need to hop on another call with them?
nope, we've already gone through the onboarding. Daniel and I sat through that onboarding. So okay, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let me get out of here. Let me get this out of here and get back on my earphones so I can hear you guys. And then I'll go through on the notes and we'll go from there, because this is going to be more trouble than it's worth. So okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Very good. I'll figure out, I'll see if, ooh, that's really loud. Ooh, I'll see if I can't, I'm gonna stop sharing this so I can see everybody. There we go. Whew, much better. All right, apologies. We'll work through it, and I'll go through back to my notes here in a second from that day. I'll see if I can't get the actual downloaded recording from Cassandra, because it would really be helpful if you all were able to watch it and listen in on it, and then take some notes from it. So if you give me a second, I'll go back to that day, find my notes and run through a couple things. I love it when technology does not work. No fun.
Actually, probably better off if I got off, because then technology would
All right.
work better because I'm not around.
So a couple notes. Rana, you weren't in on that call, were you? Uh-oh.
Nope. Nope. Did you hear me?
I can't hear you.
I was not on it. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi.
Garner, can you hear me?
Okay, talk to me.
Hello?
Woo, okay. All right.
No, I was not on the call.
Thank you so much. All right.
Sure.
Boy, I can hardly wait to watch the recording of this meeting. This will be. All right, Kathy, you'll skip ahead 15 minutes and then you'll just transcribe the minutes from there. How's that?
Sounds good.
Woo! All right, so on the 10th of November, the Recycling Partnership had this onboarding for the communities that had been selected. And if I recall at that time, I do believe there were like 11 or 12 communities besides us who had been selected for this first quality improvement grant. The materials that she subsequently sent us also includes the next phase that comes after this. So when I get a few minutes, I'm going to listen in on their recording, because if all goes well with what we do in this next year, we'll be eligible for that next step. So I'll kind of cheat. So I don't know if she did that on purpose or by accident. Basically, Tracy Purenhage, I don't know if you remember Tracy. We met her last year. She was, I think, still with Batteries Plus or whatever it was, way back in the day. She's gone back to work for Eagle, and she's taken on a whole new role with them as their recycling specialist. So she was on the call, and so was Jeff Kazmierek, who's also with Eagle. And these are the reason I share this with you, because these are people who we will interact with, and in some cases, Dimitri and Daniel have already met them at the conventions and the conferences. But these are the folks who we will usually interact with if we apply for any and all grants. So it's kind of a neat thing. We're now, for lack of a better description, kind of included in a kind of a neat little elite group that folks are aware of, which I think you should all take credit for in your actions with this group in the last 2 years. So, I can never thank you enough, but please know how much I appreciate you being a part of what we've done. So basically, what will happen is we will, and I'll pull out this grant, starting in January, we will basically from January of 2022 until March 31st of 2023. That's the length of our grant. And I'll make a note and I will share this signed contract with you all so you can read through it and see what it is that we've got going on. The grant amount that we received is $9,132. It's almost twice as much as I requested because the funding model was based on like $3 per household. And these are households that are already recycling in our 3 communities. But Cassandra came back to me and said, we're giving you more. I'm like, oh, okay, okay. Basically, and I'll read this to you. In addition to the cash grant that I just talked to you about, during the grant period, the partnership shall also provide the grantee with access to resources, partnership staff time, and other in-kind services with an estimated value of $125,000. The purpose of these in-kind services is to support the grantee's public recycling program through the provision of technical support for strategic planning, program assessment, and recycling education and outreach, including recycling program outreach collateral. Basically, and it goes on in this contract, and you'll see it for yourself. They already have a couple of organizations that they work with to produce these educational materials, and they have said you can use your own vendor if you want, but why would you do that, and why would you recreate the wheel when it's already been done? And it's basically a matter of utilizing the resources we have and just making the changes and edits to be reflective of your community. Like, okay, so basically the technical support, what I envision will happen, and they go into this in the onboarding, is that probably in January or February, we will see either Cassandra or another person by the name of Jill Martin, who will come and probably spend a little bit of time with us and bring us all kind of up to speed through an orientation of what it is that we'll need to be doing. Basically, to summarize it the best way I can, we're going to kind of do a pre and a post audit randomly of people's recycle bins, and we will be able to tag and be able to basically mark on the tag, oops, this is what was not supposed to be in here, this kind of thing. They will take us through that process. When I first thought of how we were going to do this, I'm like, oh my God, we're going to be dumpster diving. We're not going to be dumpster diving. we're not doing any dumpster diving. But they will take us through that whole orientation session, and I will, and as organized as they are, I see that happening probably beginning of February is what it feels right for me. Part of what I appreciate about them is they're not unreasonable in their timing expectations. So here on my notes, basically, and they said, it makes no sense to be doing these audits in the cold weather in Michigan. So we can probably look May, June as the time that we would first tag, and then probably then in the early fall to late fall when we would do a post tag type thing. So that's it. Let me see, what else did I write here? June, so I have here June 1 target start date. So that gave me a great sense of relief, because I had in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, in January, we're gonna have to get rocking and rolling on this. And I think we're gonna be given quite a bit of time and quite a bit of communication opportunities with them, that technical support. to the point where I think we'll be sick of them. So, and they might be sick of us. So I think it'll be a good thing. The other thing that I mentioned at the last meeting is they really stressed that we take advantage of this kind of $125,000 that they have available to attend the Michigan Recycling Conference in May in East Lansing. That's May 11th through the 13th. So stay tuned on that. I think as many of us who can go and who want to go and who are able and want to go should go. And it's our registration fees will be covered. So May 11th through the 13th. And stay tuned on that. Most importantly, what they stress, and I saw this in the contract, is they basically said it's about keeping track of everything. And in the information they sent to me, they basically say, you know, start putting stuff in an Excel sheet and start, literally, it's all about the data. So I know I've got a couple of you who are very data oriented, and that will be a huge help. The last thing I wrote here on my notes, what timing works best for our program. And this tended to be the case for other communities like us that are resort communities, April through September. And so in their mind, that's what they're kind of looking like, you know, April through September, really, you know, and as I mentioned, starting June the 1st of a tag. So kind of put that in your head. Let's see. And then they started talking about next steps. They call it phase 2, app to application grant. And that's that other video that I have that she sent that I'll take a look at. So the other thing I have here on my notes, and I'm sorry I'm going all around, part of that $125,000 that they talked to can also be used to hire staff to help with the tagging process. And I think we'll get more information on what that actually means, whether it's their staff or people that we identify. I don't know. So, you know, part of me would really love to get the kids from the school, from Interact, or any students for that matter, who are kind of environmentally focused and who would love to help with this, and have them join us and be able to play the kids a little bit. So, you know, that's kind of, but we'll see what direction they give us.
Garn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, do we know if we're gonna have the kids involved, do they get service hours for this?
If we can set that up, I think that happens on their ends, right? That's usually through their end. If you can help with that, Kelly, that would be great. I've not, is this, you mean through Interact or?
Yeah, so I can talk to Mark at the high school, and then I know maybe we could get like a Boy Scout troop or Girl Scout troop to help us with it as well.
Okay, that
That's
would be
what we're
great,
gonna
Kelly,
ask.
because
They can
yeah,
have it
because
go towards something as well. And if we've got the time, the lead-in time to set it up that way, I'm happy to take the lead on that.
that would be awesome. Thank you, because I've reached out to Mike Shaw and I've said, hey, you know, we've got some stuff coming up in 2022. One was the Household Hazardous Waste Day, and this second one would, you know, I'd love to come in and talk to the kids if possible. And, you know, so I think they're probably more familiar with you, and that would be huge, because I think it'll help the kids regardless, as you say, service hours. And I think it's a great experience for them. And many of them are so much more environmentally conscious than even I am. So that would be great.
All right, perfect.
Cool. So I'm going on in my notes here. I wrote down from their end the goals, and basically that they're going to be clearly setting out the roles and responsibilities, our roles and responsibilities. And so what I noted here first, step 1, onboarding workshops in January. So we should stay tuned for that. Given our current COVID condition, I imagine those will be through Zoom, and they'll be led by Cassandra or Jill out of the recycling partnership. And then they'll help us establish our project timeline. So, and then step 2, Rana, this will make you happy, is that we would actually have a visit to the MRF to do an actual sort of the recycling materials. So hopefully COVID won't totally bind us down, but we'll go from there. Basically, lastly, this isn't a reimbursement program, and part of what I made sure was okay. So number one, the city of Saugatuck is basically the main point on all payments and refunds. Rather than trying to do this through 3 municipalities, we're just going to do it through the city of Saugatuck. And basically, this whole grant program is set up as a reimbursement. So we will spend up to $9,000, however many dollars, and so long as myself and the city staff keep up on all the receipts and everything and document it accordingly, we'll be reimbursed. So that's just easier than having the other 2 municipalities try to do it in conjunction with it. So it would have been impossible. So I think that's it. Seems to be it. Okay, that's it in a nutshell. Much quicker than the video. So I will try to I'll try to get that recording and then send it to you all. And over the holidays, if you have a dull moment or two, you can sit and watch it, and then in January we can see if you got any questions out of it. Sound good?
Like a
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm confused, which is not abnormal. So how are we going to get this information to tag? Will we do an audit at the tail end at Republic, or?
Yeah, so this will all be part of our onboarding in January, Patrick, with them. That they have part of the downloads that they sent me is basically called the Fleet on the Street program. And it basically is what you're doing as an organization, as a grantee, as far as tagging recycling bins, blue bins. So, in my mind, I'm going to walk up to a random house. There's going to be a blue bin out. I'm going to open up the lid and I'm going to start looking. And I'm not going to dive too deep. And I'm just going to, but they'll take us through this, exactly what they want us to do. Part of this process, and thank you for this, was we wanted to actually, Rana and Daniel and I wanted to get an article pretty quickly out in the commercial record, say, hey, we got this grant, blah, blah. And the recycling partnership said, whoa, whoa, whoa. We have all types of press releases and such, and we will basically organize that from our end. So sit tight and probably, so I imagine that they're going to be pretty prescriptive for us once we start going through the onboarding process in January.
Do we know? Yeah, it
excellent.
does. Do we know how many? Do we know what percentage or how many dumpsters we'll want to go through, or any of that information?
They'll help us with that. Yeah, they'll help us with that. If it's anything like normal survey research, it's going to be a random selection, and they know what that number should be. And given that we have I can't even remember what the number was. I can't see it being any more than 100 or 200 bins, really. And it's not like you have to do it all in one day or
like
by
fun,
one person. Yeah.
Sounds like fun, actually. We'll finally get a hands-on view of this.
yeah, I think it will be. And yeah, I'll be intrigued. We're a little bit in a different boat than the other communities because we kind of have a combination of opt-in and, required, and all these other communities are basically, you get a recycling bin and, you're included. So part of what I hope to do is at the end that we can use this data to basically help us make the point when we go to the contract process with Republic of, everybody needs a bin. Everybody should be recycling. Here's how we can help people reduce waste, trash to the landfills, increase their recycling, and make sure it's good quality recycling. So, and that's that next app to application phase that I hope that we can make ourselves eligible for as a result of this. So.
I was just trying to look up online. I had seen a video of the feet on the street somewhere, and I am unable to find it at this exact moment.
Yeah, I'll see. Yeah.
In answer to your question, essentially it's a 20-second peek in the top of the bin. It's not like anyone's digging in. at least
Mm-mm.
when the audit's happening. You're basically opening it, seeing like, oh, there's a rubber hose in there, or there's Meyer
Yeah,
films,
think-
or whatever
yeah,
it
my,
is. So it's like
yeah,
a
my
quick peek
sense
and then they can walk
was, yeah, my sense was part of that MRF visit to do a sort would be our way of being educated on what to look for.
Mhm.
So
It's funny, I've been doing in South Carolina now, and I don't think I saw a single bin
yeah,
that wasn't essentially disqualified for something.
yeah. It's it can be painful for me at times when I travel. Florida is horrible. God, Texas, where my brother lives, it's just horrible. It's just painful, and we think we're just doing a miserable job of recycling. We're miles ahead of other places, which is a little scary at times. So, yeah. Okay. All right. With that, I'm going to move ahead. My apologies. I'll see if I can get that video in a format that works for everybody, and then we'll go from there. Rana, any update on the paper gator? Uh-oh. Rana, any
No
update?
update.
Okay.
No.
So reusable water bottles. Patrick, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. So Patrick and I met Monday to basically begin the process for seeing what we can do to move our 3 municipalities to having one refillable water station in each municipality. So we met on Monday. We're going to try to get that whole process going and make that a 2022 project. In some cases, the infrastructure is already there, but as Patrick was able to educate me, there's a huge difference in the cost of an outdoor located filling station versus an indoor located filling station. So for example, at the library, the indoor filling station, much more cost effective and something that you can keep running despite the weather, whereas an outdoor filling station is more costly and in some cases would probably have to be shut down over the winter just because of the weather. And with that, I'll let Patrick weigh in and share his thoughts on that. Anything to share, Patrick?
Yeah, I went back and took a look, and the number for the first stage is about $10,000.
Okay.
And that can go up probably as much as 10% or 15%, may go down. And the number for the complete implementation, I was pleased to look at, was only about double that. So a second stage would be about another $10,000.
What does a second stage mean?
Well, I don't have it in front of me, but
The
basically,
facility?
yeah, for instance, in Saugatuck, instead of having one unit at the restrooms or somewhere in that, it's an outdoor unit. Instead of having one, you'd have probably three. You'd have one up by the Butler kiosk and one at the restroom and one over maybe at Wicks Park. So you have enough of them in the community so that everybody within 2 or 3 blocks of one all the time. And the same things in Douglas. In Douglas, we probably end up with one in the South Blue Star corridor at a commercial operation, and then one at the Visitors Bureau, one at the library, and one down at the restrooms. So it's just a question of full coverage versus a partial coverage. The idea of the pilot is to get a unit, to get some convenient places where the bottles could be purchased, obviously as broadly as we can, and have a unit out in each community and have a unit out at the beach. And of course, the kiosk at the beach could sell the bottles too. So the idea is to get one unit in all 3 places, at least one unit, get the bottles available, and then keep track of these units have a counter like you see on the airport units. Actually, they are same as the airport units you see. And it counts how many bottles were filled. And we also will know how many bottles were actually sold and this kind of, so we'll have the data to know whether these things are just a monument to our desires or whether people actually use them. And we'll have some information from our promotional, we can try some maybe different promotional things and see how things go with that.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Linda?
This is Linda. Yeah. What if somebody has their own reusable water bottle? Can those be filled, or does it have to be one that we would?
Sure. These units are the same as you see in the airports and municipalities. You just stick the bottle underneath it and it automatically fills it. And take
Okay.
it out. Yeah. And
Yeah.
you can put any kind of container actually.
Okay, that's what okay, good.
Yeah, you folks can, and actually we have a number of, I shouldn't say we have a number. There's always folks that come to town in the summer looking for a refillable water station because a lot of folks carry around a bottle of water, especially in the heat of the summer.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I think you could put probably a gallon bottle underneath these things. They're pretty high.
Wow.
Yeah, next time you're at the library, check theirs out back by the restroom. It's nifty. I mean, it has quite a, because I have my big water jug that I usually have with me, and I'm able to easily put it into there and fill it up. It's like 22 ounces. So
The manufacturer's EK, it's pretty much the standard municipal.
Okay, thank you.
Is the water that comes out of it filtered, or it's straight municipality water?
Well, that's an interesting question. I've costed in filtered. In the outdoor units, for some technical reason, they don't allow the unit to have a filter in it because evidently the freeze and thaw breeds bacteria. So in those units, we would put a filter indoors at the water supply that's going to it. But yeah, I think the filtering is necessary. However, I have not spec'd in refrigerating the water. We'll have to talk about that, whether it's worth the money.
And is the filter changed based on how many gallons it goes through, or is it a time thing, or both?
Both. It's 1 year or 3,000 gallons.
Okay, and then that would be taken care of by our municipal, like by the DPW?
Yeah, and I think we'd probably check it, but you can look at the counter and tell how many units of how many. I think it's not gallons, it's how many times it's been filled. So there's a bit of
Sure.
Kentucky windage in that.
About how much is a filter?
Oh, $20, something like that.
Better than Culligan.
Well, I think they're basically taking chlorine and fluorine, and it's a taste filter, and I think it's getting, this is not like a $300 reverse osmosis filter, but it's enough to do the basics.
Better than a regular water bottle being purchased. So we're
That's
good.
right. Yep.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
So what we've, when Patrick and I sat down on Monday, we've actually designated a subcommittee. Sorry for the background noise, you guys. We've designated a subcommittee. It would be Patrick, Demetria, Daniel, and myself. And so we'll run with this, and we'll probably convene here after the new year, schedules allowing. So stay tuned. How's that? See if we can get something in place for this year already. We'll see. So along those lines, thinking ahead to 2022, I think we have enough on our plate. We have the Recycling Partnership Audit Grant. We have the Household Hazardous Waste Day and the Paper Gators, which we'll be waiting on, which I don't know. Part of me says those are coming sooner rather than later. And then the refillable water bottles. Those are 4 pretty good projects that will, I think, fill up our lives. And then, no pun intended. And then I know that Douglas is probably going to get ready to do their Republic Services grant, contract, sometime in 2022, and the city of Sagatuck is in 2023. So those are coming. So how's that?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case you were wondering.
Darn, real quick, do we have an idea of date for the HHW?
Rotary
That was
Club,
May
who is a
3rd.
big, Rotary Club, who is pretty much going to fund this for us this year, has asked that it be around Earth Day.
Good.
So, and I think Earth
Oh.
Day is like the 22nd.
Yeah.
right? So if we stuck with that, that Saturday would be the 23rd.
My birthday.
Oh my God.
My
Birthday
birthday.
present.
Yeah.
Woohoo! I get to remember.
Yeah. Bring,
I'm
Bring
gonna
your
jump in because I
ambassadors.
have to scoot because I have to take my daughter to a class, but thanks for an awesome year. I think we've done a lot and I'm looking forward to doing more next year. So
Very good. Thanks,
Happy
Rana.
holidays, Rana.
thanks.
All
See you
right.
guys.
yeah.
Okay. See ya.
See you, Ronnie.
Thanks, Rana.
So yeah, so the 23rd April would be the tentative date for the Household Hazardous Waste Day.
Perfect.
So, mhm. Yeah. Good. All right. Anything else for the good of the order before we finish off 2021?
I have a couple things.
Yes.
So I did contact the gal that owns the MRF in Coldwater about maybe doing a site visit there. So she was very open to having us. So there's the kind of two options for us to consider. She operates Wednesday through Sunday or Saturday, morning to late afternoon. And then the other times we could also go when it's not operating, but it's an open building. It's apparently a large concrete building. And so it would be, kind of a tough visit because we would be out in the elements. So that's not something we need to do this winter, but we could, plug it in for the spring. So as an option.
Okay. Very good. Maybe spring
Yeah.
2022. Okay.
I think it's
cool.
about a 2-hour drive down. So it'd be a kind of a full day.
Okay. All
So-
right.
So there's that. And, so just following up on the solid waste bill, the Bill 115.
Mm-hmm.
So Rana's helped me with this, but there'll be an article not this week, but following week. So I encourage everybody to get on their email and email Senator Nesbitt just to keep the communication flowing to him that we want the law passed.
Cool. Excellent. Thanks, Dimitri. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So just those two items. Oh, and one other small thing.
Okay.
I think Barry brought up about maybe perhaps reimbursing Daniel and I for our, look at that quizzical face.
Yeah.
Attendance at the recycling conference.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so how would we do that?
I need the receipt.
Oh, okay. I'll
Yeah.
put it in the mail.
Okay. So yeah, just if you can email to me, that would be great.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that too, of course.
Cool. All right. No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Cool. All right. Anything else for the good of the order? Kelly, souls for souls.
Nothing.
Good.
Nothing new.
People, still have a bin at a Land
Yeah.
Shark?
Yeah, actually, Dave's is full right now at Land Shark, so people are still bringing him in.
That's amazing.
I need to go down there. That reminds me, I need to go down there next week. So yeah, we're good.
Very good.
It's
Excellent.
so cool.
All right, cool. Kathy, anything for the good of the order?
We have a bunch of recycling going on at over at 200 Blue Star if you're interested in picking up like some large pieces of scrap.
Mhm. Yeah, has everybody been by there, the old Hayworth building?
Mm.
It's coming down.
I told you
Awesome.
before Christmas.
It's awesome.
It's our Christmas present.
That's cool. So yeah, that's a lovely Christmas present. Do you know, is there a timeline for having it totally finished, Kathy?
Well, the goal is to, take it down to the cement right now and then try and get some grants that will help us with the contamination removal.
Got it. Got it. Good deal.
So we're trying to make it a little bit more attractive for people to not only look at, but who might want to invest in as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, very good.
I've got one more thing.
Yeah, what's up?
Sorry, this is I'm going to channel Barry a little bit, but so this is something I think he might ask. But I just to bring this up, the cities in the township I think are receiving some COVID relief funds, and would there be a way for this committee to be funded that way of some portion? Just isn't that something that Barry would ask about?
Yes, it would. Barry would ask, and Garn would respond back, Barry, put together a plan and let's, so put together a plan and present it to the group and take the lead on it. How's that?
Okay, I'll give him a call later.
Very good. Yeah, he and I had chatted sometime in the early fall about an actual, like an authority.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of time and legwork that will go into that quite frankly, I just don't have the time for right now. So yeah, my request would be if you decide to visit with them about that, if you all want to put together a plan and present it to the group, and then we figure out how to run with it, that would be great. It would be a huge help. Sound good?
Yeah.
Do you know how much money you're getting, Gard?
In the city?
Yeah.
90,000. We're too affluent. We're way, we were lucky to get anything actually. And I know Douglas and Township are in a little bit better spot, right?
I think like 180.
Mm-hmm. And I think the township,
we're the
township was, township might have been twice that much. So, but sorry, you guys, this is a little aside. This ARPA money that we got, I don't know that the municipalities have received the first chunk of it yet, and it comes in two pieces, and they're actually each municipality is being instructed, for lack of a better word, to come up with a plan for how they plan to spend that money. So that's an expectation from Michigan. The next chunk of money that will come down is the infrastructure money, and of course we won't even begin to hear or feel any of that until probably April of 2022. So stay tuned. Demetria, to kind of answer, there's funds, there's money out there. It's just a matter of how we're going to get it down to our 3 little burgs,
Right.
and what it'll be used for. So, this Friday, what's today? Yeah, Friday, the city of Saugatuck, city council's going into strategic planning session. And this will be our second annual one. And part of that is primarily to put a plan in place so that when the funds start coming in, that we know exactly where it's going to go. So,
are you getting lobbied fairly heavily by other groups, Gard?
No, we've gotten really interesting requests from organizations that would normally never approach a municipality. So it's kind of odd. That's not our role to be donating.
Probably
so
the
to speak.
same as us. Yeah.
Yeah, as a person, I would support, a social, an organization, but to have a municipality do that, it's not what our funds are approved for. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting, but yeah. All right, very good. Anything else for the good of the order?
What's our next meeting schedule?
Let me see.
January, the second Wednesday in January?
the 12th of January. And I'll I'll try to do is set it up with Cassandra that we actually have our personal onboarding that day at this time. I think that would be helpful. So as soon as I get off this call, I'll send her a note and number one, ask her for the true downloadable video of that onboarding thing. And then number two, see if we can do our personal onboarding with her on the 12th. So,
Do you think that would be via Zoom?
oh yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd be stunned if it were in person.
We're pretty much on Zoom, maybe spring, probably.
Well, oh boy, this is a
Not
whole,
the municipalities starting in January.
yeah. So, how do I summarize this best? I did have a personal phone call with our Senator, Eric Nesbitt, last Tuesday and said, hey, Senator, this emergency order expires the end of the year. We will have to go back into public meeting no matter what, whether we're an elected body or an appointed board like this one. And
We would have to.
we would have to. We would no longer be having meetings via Zoom.
Everybody across the board?
That's everybody. That's everybody. So when I talked to Eric about this, he basically said, hey, there is no will on either side of the aisle because the legislature felt that it was taken advantage of this summer when folks stayed in meetings on Zoom and really didn't need to. And I said, well, that's neither here nor there. Here I sit in December and our COVID numbers in Allegan County are through the roof. So we really, I feel very uncomfortable bringing people into a public meeting in a very small space. And our COVID numbers are like they are. Is there any way that this can be extended at least until the end of March? And he said, absolutely not.
Oh, that means we need to make it one of the ballot box.
What's that?
We need to make it one of the ballot box.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Sorry.
The ballot box is our only option then.
Yeah, sorry, Linda. I can't hear you, hon.
It's mine.
So basically what he said to me, and I short of telling everybody to do this, he's basically said that, hey, Garn, I have 632 elected officials in my district, and I have heard from 3. And basically that says to me, there's not that big of a concern about it. So if all 632 people were to call him and say, but that's not going to happen. Not by the end of the year.
It's not his call though, is it? Or just he
It's the legislature. Well, the legislature has tied the governor's hands, and
Right.
so between the governor and her health department, they really can't do anything anymore. So
Right.
it's the legislature. So
But
They're killing
doesn't
us.
Governor Whitmer make that call?
Yeah.
she can no longer make that call.
Okay.
Yeah, they took
Well,
away her
what's
authority.
interesting, because I think we have much better participation on Zoom than we certainly do in public. I mean, even going back to pre-COVID.
Yeah, I agree. So I've had friends and colleagues. Actually, I had a city council member tell me yesterday on a one-on-one call, he goes, I think we should just do whatever we want to do. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Everybody else is. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's a public.
Yeah, I know. So that's where we're at. But stay tuned. Here we are on the 8th of December, and there's a couple weeks to the end of the year, and we'll see what happens if this Omicron variant really kind of ends up being pretty bad. Maybe they will finally panic a little, but I don't see it happening. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for bearing with my technical incapabilities. So, all right, y'all. Happy holidays.
Happy
See you in
holidays.
January.
Have a good holiday.
All right.
Happy holidays, everybody. Be
Bye-bye.
well.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Take care.
See you, Demetria.